Well, hello. Welcome, friends. Hopefully, you've been listening. If you haven't, this is your first one. Thanks for joining me. Here's another episode of One Coaching, the podcast, the radio, the video log, the whatever you want to call it. And today, I wanted to expand a little bit on what I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's video, how I stopped adding value at work. Um, and that was one of the reasons I was laid off, or at least I think I was laid off. And I wanted to share. I, I wrote down four things that I think was the reason why I stopped adding value. And I think it was two videos ago. I talked about the law of environment, how it's important to pay attention to your surroundings, to what you spend your attention or focus on, and how that influences what you do. And one of the things that I did when I decided that I wanted to influence my culture or the culture in my corporate role, and I had this dream of changing that culture. I decided that I was going to try no matter what to do it. But as the years went by, I kind of realized, it doesn't really matter what I do, how I do it, or how perfect I get to with my message. It just seems that this is not meant to happen. And there were four reasons where I started simply checking in the box. I was going to work, leaving for the weekend or leaving for Friday. I was excited for Friday to come because that was the day I wanted to be at the office. Not because it was the weekend, but because that was the day that I got to facilitate a leadership symposium, a leadership conversation with a few dozen people that were really engaged into the content. I wanted to interact and challenge each other and grow and become better. It was almost like a mastermind, um, but it was all about growth. And unfortunately, most of those people, actually, I would say maybe all except for one, weren't part of my immediate circle. And that's one of the reasons. One of the reasons I stopped adding value was because people in my surrounding weren't really showing support. They weren't really seemed to be in tune with what I was saying. They would not necessarily listen to what I would say. They weren't really interested in learning about leadership skills or personal growth or mindset. And while for a long time, I thought that wasn't affecting me, it definitely did. And that's just simply a matter of the more you go to work and you notice that the people you're working with don't really care about what you're passionate about, it drains your energy and it just kind of, it's almost like a reminder like, hey, you're not meant to be here. At least that's how the way I interpret it. Another thing that started doing happening from as I keep seeing this reminder that, hey, we don't care about what you're doing. We don't care about what you're doing. We don't value what you're doing. We don't know what your team does, so why should I care? And or you are not involved in the daily operations of our department, so why are you even here? And that was those were reminders every single day that what I was doing wasn't valuable. So as a result of that, I would start losing belief in myself, or I would start losing belief on the dream that I had of changing the culture and impacting it. And that's really what it ended. I stopped adding value because I stopped believing that I had value, that that whatever I had to bring was valuable to somebody. What's interesting about this is that for 2 or 3 years, I was leading this group, this leadership symposium group with 50, 60 people attending regularly. And my mind would ignore that. That was my Fridays. I remember saying to one of my thinking partners, saying many times, I only come to work because there's a Friday where I get to do what I love to do. I only come to work because there's a Friday because that's when I get to do what I love to do. It's so discouraging to be in an environment that truly doesn't support you, where people would actually say, oh, yeah, we care, but their actions don't really show it. It's really, really discouraging to do so. And it takes a lot of willpower to sustain that. I lasted long enough, but at the same time, it's been 15 months and I'm still dealing with some of that baggage. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm enough. Sometimes I lack belief. Many times I say no to myself without even asking the person if they want help or if they want me to share some of the things that I know that can help them improve their business, their job, and their life in general. So that's really what happened. Pay attention to your environment. Pay attention to who's feeding you. And at the end of the day, I think where this all lands is it's going to come down to you believing in you because even the closest people to you are going to doubt you. Even the loved ones are going to not show support. So it all is going to come down to whether you believe that you can do it and then find some people around you that can build this support system that help you push forward. This is not about dreaming in rainbows or unicorns. It's about or finding people that are just gonna say yes to you for no reason at all other than being nice. This is about you believing in you and finding the people that will support you and help you believe in you so that you can keep moving regardless of all the negativity and all the support or the lack of support that you'll find along the way. That's my message. Hopefully it helps you. Um, Hopefully it helps you pay attention to your environment and the things you're feeding yourself with. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.